Welcome to the UMBC Coaches Corner. I'm your host, Steve Levy. We're thrilled to be bringing you the program from the UMBC studio right on campus, again with the wonderful cooperation on behalf of Media and Communication Studies at UMBC and the wonderful students that are all part of the crew bringing you the Coaches Corner. Also very pleased to be bringing in UMBC head volleyball coach Ian Blanchard. Ian, welcome in.
I'm pleased to be here.
Coach, let's kind of rewind to last year, the 2013 season, an outstanding season you guys had, made it all the way to the title game. And I know that's obviously bittersweet because, so close to winning a conference championship. But kind of as you reflected back on last year, what were thoughts kind of uppermost in your mind?
Well, it was a really great season overall. We celebrated a lot of very good wins. We had a win over Maryland, which is always nice. We had a win over Georgetown. We beat every in-state opponent. And then we had a very successful conference season. I was especially pleased with how we played the semifinal match against Albany, and having a season sweep of Albany in all three matches that we played against them was also a great part of that season. It would have been nice to beat UNH at UNH. That's a difficult task as always. We're looking forward to the opportunity to hopefully get back into that same situation this year and maybe pull it off.
Now, as we move into 2014, you really ramped up the schedule. I mean, some 3 top 20 teams, I believe, that you've played so far in the pre-conference games. What was the philosophy behind that ramping up of the schedule?
Well, there's a couple things that we thought about. First of all, we wanted to give our athletes a really fantastic experience, and having the opportunity to go to the Rocky Mountains and play in Provo, Utah, at BYU, and one of the most storied places to play volleyball, the Smith Center. We got a chance to play 2 top 25 teams. In fact, 2 top 10 teams in BYU and Washington. I'm very good friends with both of those coaches. So there's a lot of history there as well. And again, for a lot of our girls, they'd never even seen the Rocky Mountains before, so it was a beautiful place for them to go. So culturally, it was enriching. It was a great opportunity. It also helps us in recruiting. When you can say that you play Arizona, BYU, Washington, you're going to take on every opponent. It lets the athletes that we're looking at, that we're recruiting, know, hey, if you come to UMBC, you're going to have the opportunity to play against some of the best opponents in the country.
Coach, you have a very diverse roster, both nationally and internationally, but 2 young ladies I'd like to focus on are local players, Hannah Schmidt and Crystal Lemchuku from Mount DeSales and Western Tech. Talk about these 2 young ladies, what they mean to your program, and hopefully the young fans come out and see them play, what they can expect when they see Hannah and Crystal play.
It's interesting, as a teacher in Baltimore County, I started my career in high school at Western Tech, so it's kind of ironic the way things swing around. I've known Hannah since she was 14 years old, and I was her club coach many years ago, and so that's when I first met Hannah. Somehow, ironically, she still ended up coming here, but she was a really good outside hitter back in high school. I've been following her career. I'd been following her career rather forever, it seemed like, and so it was great when we could convince her to come to the local school. Sometimes it's more difficult to convince the kid whose school is in the backyard or house is in the backyard of UMBC as opposed to the kid who's coming from far away.
Right.
With Crystal, I saw Crystal play late in her high school career. She wasn't that heavily recruited at the time. She had actually expressed some interest in coming here because her brother had been a student here. So it was just a natural fit for her. She's a great they're both outstanding academic students as well.
Ian, talk about, I've asked a lot of the coaches just about young players, middle school level, and, they're aspiring volleyball players. Talk about, what your advice would be to both them and their parents about, what they should do to prepare themselves, both for high school volleyball and then perhaps, if they're good enough, moving on to the collegiate level.
Well, reps is the number one factor in terms of improvement in any sport, really, regardless of what it is, whether it's heart surgery or it's volleyball. You want to get the maximum number of reps, and there's multiple ways of doing that. There's rec volleyball, there's leagues. USAV and AAU club volleyball is probably the number one avenue that younger athletes can take. There are teams as young as 10 and under that are playing, so we have lots of young kids that are playing volleyball now. Obviously, they want to participate in summer camps if possible. We have an excellent summer camp here in which we take very, very young kids all the way to graduating seniors in high school. And that also gives them the opportunity, if they go to college camps, to be exposed to college campuses. It also gives them the opportunity to be exposed to higher level volleyball. But club and local volleyball is definitely the avenue I would take.
Coach, when this program airs, you'll kind of be probably midway through your America East Conference season. Give the fans a little bit of a preview on some of the top teams that will be coming to the RAC in America East competition.
Well, UNH won it last year, so they're obviously the team that we're all looking at right now. Stony Brook was much improved. They've got an athlete that was injured most of last season who redshirted, who's going to be back on their roster this year. So they're very strong. Albany's always there. Right. I mean, really, with our conference, you kind of toss all the names up in the air. Any one of them on a given day can win a match versus the others. So there's a lot of parity in our conference, and so I just feel really excited about the season.
Coach, I know you start out on the road in the conference, but the great thing is your last 3 matches are all at home at the RAC Arena as you prepare for the conference championship. That's got to be a tremendous advantage coming down the stretch for you guys.
Yeah, the expression goes, there's no place like home. We have got great fans. They're loud. They have a lot of fun. And we really feel like it's like a seventh man for us, on the court, and it's a big advantage to us. So and the girls get pumped, obviously, to play in front of their home fans. There's a reason why they call it home court advantage. There's different things. The atmosphere is different. So we're really excited about being able to finish off our schedule, basically 6 matches in a row at home.
Well, Coach, best of luck on the season, and go get that conference championship this season.
We're going to go after it. Thank you.
Once again, the volleyball team, 3 November matches at the RAC Arena, so come out for those matches. You can follow UMBC Volleyball all year long on UMBCRetrievers.com. For the Coach's Corner, I'm Steve Lee.